Chamomile, and chamomile once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I'm back with vegetable of the day, the one and only chamomile. So maybe you've never heard of this vegetable or herb before. Maybe you think chamomile is an herb. Maybe you think it's a vegetable. Maybe you enjoy having your daily chamomile tea. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen and watch on. Why? Because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of chamomile. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Considered to be one of the most ancient and versatile medicinal herbs known to mankind. Also, there are two common types of chamomile used medicinally today. We first have the German chamomile, and then we have the Roman chamomile. Now, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at the picture. As you can see, we have both types illustrated, the German and the Roman. Now, as far as their appearance is concerned, there really isn't that much of a difference. I mean, maybe if you look at the leaves, maybe if you focus in on the petals of the flowers. But for the most part, they both are beautiful. They both are green, yellow, and white. So there we have it, guys. A little bit of background information about the one and only chamomile. All right, more background information. Germans have used chamomile to resolve digestive issues since at least the 1st century. Wow, ancient. Egyptians worshiped the plant and dedicated festivals to its healing properties. Interesting. Romans used chamomile as a medicinal herb to fight disease and promote longevity. So, ladies and gentlemen, chamomile really is more of an herb as opposed to a vegetable. Now, let's quickly remember some of the differences between an herb and a vegetable. Ultimately, the similarity is that they are both derived from plants. Okay, but here's the primary difference. When we talk about herbs, usually herbs are used in much smaller amounts as opposed to a vegetable. Also, herbs are primarily used for either seasoning purposes, meaning they add flavor to certain dishes, or they are primarily used as a medicine to make the human body feel better. So, there you have it, guys, the primary differences between an herb and a vegetable. All right, now it's time for a few fun facts. As an effective alternative medicine with almost no known negative side effects, chamomile has been used for nearly 5,000 years in standardized tea, herbal extract, and cosmetic forms to promote tranquility, vitality, a youthful appearance, and longevity. Interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at the picture. As you can see, we have the chamomile flowers, beautiful, right? But then we also now have chamomile in the form of what appears to be a lotion. That's right. So in the previous pictures, I showed you the actual flower itself, maybe a little bit of tea, but now we can see it as an herbal extract, right? So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a few fun facts about the one and only chamomile. All right, more fun facts. Today, chamomile is widely available and used in various forms, usually as a tea, essential oil, dry powder, or a tincture. Which type you want to buy depends on how you plan to use it. Nice. Dry powder and extract forms of chamomile flowers are usually most recommended by traditional practitioners since these provide the most potent forms of chamomile's antioxidants. If you come across chamomile powder, look for a product made with pure chamomile flower leaves, where the oils are held, but not fillers like the plant's stems or roots. Extracts are also used to make chamomile capsules, which are often used to treat anxiety and sleep issues. The standard dosage for these types of conditions, which have been used in studies, is 220 to 1100 milligrams per day for about 8 weeks. Wow, how nice. So, to sum all this up, basically, guys, you can get chamomile in different forms. You can use it as a tea, you can use it as an oil, a dry powder, as you can clearly see in the picture, or a tincture. Now, some of us may not quite understand what a tincture is. Basically, what that means is that you can use it in its liquid form for various reasons. So, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We now know more fun facts about the one and only chamomile. All right, more fun facts. In most parts of the world, chamomile tea is the most popular way to enjoy this plant's calming effects. You can find chamomile tea in nearly any grocery store, but look for organic, pure tea leaves to get the most benefits. So, for those of us who are wondering, should I use organic? Should I use conventional? Well, ladies and gentlemen, clearly go with the organic form. Now, for those of us who are wondering what in the world chamomile tea resembles, what does it look like? Well, take a look at the picture. As you can see, we have the petals, we have the flowers, we have the tea, and a beautiful teacup and saucer, right? So there you have it, guys. More fun facts about the one and only chamomile. All right, more fun facts. A lot of us may want to know, how many cups of chamomile tea can you drink in a day? Interesting, let's find out. Because chamomile's oils aren't very water soluble, tea won't have as strong of an effect as chamomile essential oil uses, powders or tinctures, but can still help you to kick back and soothe your stomach after a long day. This means that you can drink 1 to 4 cups of chamomile tea per day. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We now know exactly how much chamomile tea we can drink per day. It's easy, 1 to 4 cups. All right, more fun facts. If you want to use chamomile on your skin, in the bath, or combined with other products you already have, look for chamomile extracts that contain about 50% alcohol and a standardized extract of 1.2% of apigenin. Interesting. So take a look at the picture. As you can see, we now have a little bit of chamomile extract in the form of chamomile oil. Nice. So more fun facts about the one and only chamomile. All right, it's time for the not so fun facts. Chamomile oil shouldn't be used by anyone with existing seasonal allergy symptoms, such as allergies to ragweed or its relatives, since this can bring on allergic reactions. If you suffer from hay fever, frequent hives, or dermatitis, it's also a good idea to stay away from chamomile products or at least talk to your doctor before using it on your own. What are the side effects of chamomile if you are allergic? You may experience sneezing, drowsiness, itching, and respiratory issues. Sorry guys. So yes, chamomile does have its bad side effects, right? So ladies and gentlemen, if you use any product that has chamomile in it and you start to notice some type of allergic reaction, then you definitely have a few options. Number one, you can always reduce the amount per every time you use it. You can choose to eliminate it completely, or you can always go talk to your doctor and find out if there's anything that can be done. So there we have it, guys, the not so fun facts about chamomile. All right. More not so fun facts. People with a hormone sensitive condition such as endometriosis, fibroids, or cancers of the breast, uterus, or ovaries should avoid using chamomile because it may act like estrogen in the body. One other thing to note is that chamomile products are thought to be mild uterine stimulants. So if you're pregnant, speak to a professional before ingesting chamomile extracts. Wow. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We now know exactly who needs to be on guard against chamomile. So if you have any hormone sensitive conditions or if you're pregnant, then you probably want to either reduce your usage, stay away from it, or of course talk to your medical professional before you dive deep into chamomile extracts. So there we have it, guys, the not so fun facts about chamomile. All right, now it's time to talk about the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, 23% Nation, the 520 rule is all about food labels. That's right, guys. Basically, this rule helps us to read and understand food labels. Ultimately, it's a guide. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not a food or beverage item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, really what we're talking about is percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now, let's take a look at our sample food label. As you can see, it is divided into three main parts: purple, yellow, or maybe orange, and light blue. All right, so let's go portion by portion. So as you can see, the purple portion is the percent daily value column. Now, percent DV is basically represented as a percentage, and it's a scale that goes as low as 0% to as high as 100%. Now, let's dive into the yellow nutrients, right? We're talking about saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, these nutrients do a really good job at promoting sickness, illness, and disease within the body temple. So when it comes to eating certain foods, when it comes to drinking certain beverages, you always want to make sure that wherever you're eating or drinking, that these percent DVs are as close to 0% as possible. Now, moving on to the blue nutrients, such as dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron, which basically represent all vitamins and minerals. Well, guys, these nutrients do just the opposite of the yellow nutrients. Rather than promote disease, they promote wellness and health within the body temple. So the next time you eat or drink something, you probably want to make sure that wherever it is, that those percent DVs are as close to 100% as possible. Now, let's expand the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are eating or drinking something that has 0% to 9% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is not a good source of that particular nutrient. Next, if the food or beverage item offers 10% to 19% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered a good source of that particular nutrient. Lastly, if the food or beverage item offers 20% DV or greater, then that food or beverage item is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So, there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about the 520 rule. All right, now it's time to dive into the nutrition facts. So for today's lecture, we're going to simply talk about the nutrition facts of chamomile tea. All right, so what is the serving size? 1 cup. That's it. Now, in this 1 cup, we're only going to get 2 calories, right? 2 milligrams of sodium, and guess what? 0 cholesterol. So there we have it, guys. The nutrition facts about the one and only chamomile tea. All right. Now it's time to dive into the health benefits. But before we do, I want to talk with you about something. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the principle of cause and effect. Now, this principle basically states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There really is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason. Now, I want to say this, is that when we talk about the health benefits, really those are the effects. But what's even more important is that we talk about the causes. So not only am I going to give you the health benefit, which technically is the effect, but I also want to let you know which phytonutrients, or we can use the word medicines, that are responsible for these effects, right? So here we go. Health benefit number 1. Chamomile is a high source of antioxidants. So now the question is, what are those antioxidants? Well, guys, say hello to the following. We have, chamomile, right? Acetylene, apigenin, quercetin, patuletin, and various glucosides. Benefit number 2, fights anxiety and depression. Well, which phytonutrient is responsible? It's the oil within the chamomile flower. Benefit number 3, improves digestion. Well, what's the name of the medicine that causes this? Well, it's called the anodyne compounds. Benefit number 4, has strong anti-inflammatory and pain-reducing abilities. How great is that? Well, what's responsible? It's a chamomile extract. All right, more health benefits. Number 5, may help fight cancer. Amazing. So which phytonutrient is responsible? Well, say hello to apigenin. Benefit number 6, relieves congestion. Nice. So what's the cause? It's the chamomile extract. Number 7, promotes skin health. Great. So which phytonutrients are responsible? Well, say hello to flavonoids and the essential oils. Benefit number 8, keeps gum and teeth healthy. Perfect. So what is the cause? Antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory activities of the plant itself. And the last health benefit, number 9, is that it may improve heart health. So now the question is, what's the medicine? What's the phytonutrient responsible? Well, say hello to flavonoids. So there we have it, guys. 9 amazing health benefits from the one and only chamomile. All right. Now, guys, it's time to talk about food, but plant foods to be specific. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to take a different route. Now, normally the website that we normally go to is called forksOverKnives.com. But for today, we're going to switch it up just a little bit, and I want to introduce you to wearetea.com. Once again, it's wearetea.com. Now, here's the thing. I went to We Are Tea, and by the way, that's spelled T-E-A for those of you who are maybe listening and not watching the video. I went to the website, did just a little bit of research, and I came across 2 amazing vegan chamomile recipes that I want to share with you. So the first one is entitled Chamomile Creme Brulee. Take a look at the picture. Looks delicious, right? Now the second recipe is chamomile and vanilla vegan cheesecake. Wow, take a look at that picture. Looks amazing. Oh, I want to eat it right now. Now here's the thing. If you are in any way, shape, or form motivated or inspired to make and taste either one of these recipes, all you have to do is click on the description box. I'm providing you with a direct link to each recipe. That's right, guys. It's going to give you the ingredient list. It's going to give you the instructions. It's going to give you everything that you need to know in order to make these delicious dishes. So do yourself a favor. Click on the description box. Click on the link. Make the dish. Taste the dish. Come back to the video and share your thoughts. So there we have it, guys. Not 1, but 2 amazing vegan chamomile recipes from wearetea.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, well, Coach D, thanks for the recipes, thanks for the fun facts, the nutrition facts, and the not so fun facts. But what I really want to know is, when in the world should I eat more chamomile or drink more chamomile, right? Well, guys, the perfect day to eat or drink more chamomile is Nature Day. That's right, guys, Nature Day. Now, what in the world is Nature Day? Well, it's the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, maybe you've been living under a rock and maybe you know absolutely nothing about the challenge. Well, that's okay. Guys, the 23% challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships. Oh, and it also helps to save good old planet Earth. Now, here's the thing that you need to know about the challenge is that number 1, it's monthly, meaning every month, January through December, and it's also only 7 days long. As a matter of fact, it's the first 7 days of every single month. Now, being that Nature Day is the first day of the challenge, that simply means that Nature Day is the first day of every month. So whether it's March 1st, April 1st, or May 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right, so some of us are intrigued, right? And so we probably want to know a little more about Nature Day. Well, guys, in a nutshell, Nature Day is all about getting closer to nature, but through food, but specifically plant foods. In other words, it's time to eat more plants. So I do understand that eating more plants may be difficult for some people, but may be easy for others. Well, whatever the case may be, here are a few suggestions to get you on the path of eating more plants. So I recommend at first you take baby steps. That's right, guys, baby steps. Remember, inch by inch, anything's a cinch. So for those of us who may find it difficult, why don't we try eating only plant foods before 12 p.m.? That way, after 12 p.m., you can eat whatever you want to eat. Maybe before 12 p.m. isn't doable for you. So what about after 12 p.m., right? That way you eat only plant foods and drink only water. Now, some of us may think that 12 hours is nothing. I want to up the ante. So you may want to try to become a 3% vegan. Now, that's any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only one day out of an entire month. Next up is a 10% vegan. Now, that's any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 3 days out of an entire month. Next up is a 17% vegan, and that's any person, man, woman, or child, who eats plant foods and drinks only water only 5 days out of an entire month. And lastly is the ultimate 23% vegan. Now that's any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water the first 7 days of every month. Now technically that's what Coach D considers himself to be. So the question is, what do you eat, Coach D? Well, guys, I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods, which happen to be all fruits, all vegetables and herbs, all nuts and seeds, all legumes, meaning beans and peas, and let's not forget about whole grains. So there we have it, guys. We now know what Nature Day is all about. Now, a lot of us may have another question. So, Coach D, who is Nature Day for? I mean, what type of person needs to eat more plants, right? Well, guys, I'm going to divide this into 3 main types of people. Those of us who have health conditions, those of us who want to change our appearance, and those of us who just want to eat more plants, right? Or maybe you want to help out the environment, right? So maybe you've been stricken with the big 4, meaning you have heart disease, you have cancer, you have obesity, or maybe you have type 2 diabetes. Maybe you have skin issues such as eczema, psoriasis, acne, and pimples. Maybe you have digestive issues such as constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, or leaky gut syndrome. Or maybe you have mental issues such as depression, bipolar. Maybe you're angry all the time, or maybe you're just downright sad. So for all these people, maybe you're looking for a natural, holistic approach to your healing. It's easy, guys. Eat more plants. Maybe you want to change your appearance. Maybe you want to get lean, lose inches, lose weight. Maybe you want to bulk up, build muscle, right? So you can always try our vegan lean versus our vegan bulk programs. Or maybe you want to help out the environment, right? So you're looking for a way to transition from the standard American diet to a more whole food plant-based diet. Or maybe you just want to eat more plants, right? Well, guys, whatever the case may be, that's what Nature Day is all about, okay? So if you fit any of those descriptions, then yes, you should definitely participate in Nature Day. All right, guys, it's time for Coach D's tips. I'm here to offer help. I'm here to offer a little bit of guidance. Why? Because I want your Nature Day to be successful. So, tip number 1. Go to your local grocery store. Now, when you get there, you're going to go to 3 places. Number 1 is the produce section. Number 2 is the freezer aisle. And number 3 is the canned good aisle. Now, a lot of people may wonder, well, Coach D, what's the best? Fresh, frozen, or canned? Well, guys, I'll put it this way. If you want the most nutrients, you got to go with the fresh. If you want a more economical option, right, you can always go with frozen, okay? And I'll put frozen very close to fresh. Why? Because the nutrient content is pretty much the same. Now, when it comes to the canned options, I'm going to put canned options in 3rd. Here's the reason why. Whenever you can any food, unfortunately, there's a lot of processing that goes on. And so during those processes, you lose a lot of the nutrients and you add in a lot of toxins. So unfortunately, you may end up getting more toxins than you do nutrients. So that's why I would put canned foods in dead last. Tip number 2, go to the prepared dishes section. Now, when you get over there, talk to the person behind the counter and ask them if they have any vegan, not vegetarian options, right? If you like what you see, then ask for a sample. Don't worry, it's free. And if you really like it, buy it by the pound, 2 pounds, or maybe even 3 pounds. Tip number 3 is to go to your local farmer's market. Now, farmers markets are amazing. Why? Because they cater to the all-natural, non-GMO organic plant food market. That's right. So if you're the type of person who has to have non-GMO organic plant foods, then definitely go to your local farmers market. Tip number 4, go visit your local vegan restaurant. Vegan restaurants are amazing. Why? Because they do a good job at hiring vegan chefs who basically not only know how to cook plant foods so that they retain the majority of their nutrients, but then they also know which plant foods to combine to yield the most nutritious, delicious dishes. And tip number 5 is to get a subscription to a vegan meal prep company. Now, these companies are amazing, and I recommend them for the following people. If you don't have time to cook plant foods, if you don't want to cook plant foods, or maybe you just don't know how to cook plant foods, right? Let someone else do it for you. Okay? So here's what you got to do. Give them a call. They'll make the dish. They'll deliver the dish. You eat the dish. It's just that simple. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 5 amazing tips to help make your nature day successful. All right, it's time for our question of the day, and it comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We have inquiring minds, so we want to know, is chamomile a vegetable or an herb? Now, I believe I covered this information earlier, right? So hopefully you remember, and please write your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. Now, before I sign out, I got to ask you to subscribe, share, comment, and like the video, especially if you love chamomile. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.